If you are an adult beginner who wishes to learn how to ski, then I'm going to explain the progression that you'll need to make in order to learn good parallel skiing in the next 6 minutes. My name's George, I'm an instructor in the Alps, and I'm here to help humans learn to ski. I definitely recommend hiring an instructor for your first time skiing, but I'm making this video to summarize what you'll need to learn so that you can get a great big head start. So let's begin. Once you've got your skis on and you're on a gentle slope, use your poles to push yourself along and get yourself sliding. This is where the magic begins, folks. Welcome to the sport of pure joy. Now, the simplest way to slow down is a snowplow, where you push your skis out into a triangle and tip them onto the inner edges. Scraping these inner edges allows you to apply friction in order to brake. The bigger the snowplow, the more it slows you down. So you can either use a small snowplow to just slow yourself down a bit, or make a bigger snowplow if you want to stop. Try to keep a gap between the tips of the skis about the size of an apple, because it really sucks when you get them crossed over, and if the tips of the skis get too far apart, then the snowplow isn't gonna work. So keep that gap the size of an apple and push the tails of your skis out to control your speed. Your instinct will probably be to lean back once you start sliding along, but it's mega important to lean your shins forwards against the boots. If you want to get good quickly, then learn to lean your shins forwards into the boots now, but it's likely that you're going to need a lot more reminding about that. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, this actually sucks. This snowplow malarkey is super frustrating and awkward, and I agree with you. We want to spend as little time as possible relying on the snowplow, so it's imperative that you're on the right terrain. You'll need a really mellow slope so that you can start bringing those skis closer to parallel and start learning how to turn. In order to turn, there's two main things you need to know. Firstly, use your legs and feet to try and point the skis to start the turn. And secondly, balance your body weight over the outer ski. If you're turning left, balance on the right ski. If you're turning right, balance on your left ski. You'll probably want to make a snowplow during your first turns, and one reason this is helpful for beginners is because it automatically gets you on the inner edge of the outer ski. Let me repeat that again. The inner edge of the outer ski. Take a moment to think about what that is, because the inner edge of the outer ski will become your best friend, your source of control and grip amongst the slippery world of uncertainty and fear. Try to balance your body weight over the inner edge of the outer ski when you're turning. It's not natural, but you'll progress much more quickly if you do. All right, so you're up and running, you're sliding along, you're controlling your speed with a snowplow, and you're starting to make some basic turns, and crucially, you're balancing on the inner edge of the outer ski, and you're pointing your feet left and right to steer. The cool thing about turning is that when you're going across a slope, it's less steep than when you're going straight down a slope. And because it's less steep, you can get your skis in parallel without picking up too much speed. So use a snowplow for the turn, and then parallel as you're going across. You're halfway there to parallel turns already. But learning how to actually make the key part of the turn in parallel is tricky, and you'll likely come across the common mistake called the awkward inner ski syndrome. And this is where you want to make a parallel turn, but that inner ski gets stuck annoyingly on the wrong edge in a snowplow. Don't worry, this is totally normal. In order to make a parallel turn, you'll need to balance pretty much all of your weight on the outer ski and take your weight off the inner ski. And this is going to take some practice because, well, you've only just started learning to slide along, and now I'm asking you to balance on one leg at a time. I'm going to explain in detail how to fix the awkward inner ski syndrome, but for now, let's keep it simple and talk about the key thing to practice to help you progress to parallel. Side slipping is when you find steeper bits of the slope, put your skis across the hill, and try to scrape the skis sideways with the skis in parallel. This is a vital skill that you'll need to learn, and it's different from a snowplow because both skis are now leaning in the same direction rather than both skis tipping towards each other. Side slipping is really tricky, so you might find it easier to go diagonally at first, but once you've learned how to side slip, you'll find it much easier to make a parallel turn. And by the way, another reminder that your choice of terrain is really important at this stage, and this is why it's so helpful to have an instructor taking you to the best places. If you're on terrain too steep, you'll resort to a snowplow and start developing bad habits. But if you're on a more gentle slope, you'll make the progression to parallel turns more quickly. To make a parallel turn, you'll need to balance on the outer ski, unweight the inner ski, tip both skis in the same direction, and use the edges of the skis to scrape along diagonally and control your speed. Push your shins forwards into the boots, and don't lean back. That might sound like a lot of different things to think about at the same time, but don't worry, I'm going to slow right down and take you through all these stages step by step with all the best drills and exercises in further videos. But that's more or less the nuts and bolts of it, the art of parallel skiing. One of humanity's coolest endeavors, your new superpower, which will allow you to slide around beautiful mountain environments and witness mind-blowing scenery, have next level fun, and make amazing, treasured memories with your friends and family. Congratulations, you're alive. Planet Earth is a beautiful place and your future just got a whole lot brighter. Skiing is the most frustrating and awkward at the very beginning, but be patient. The more you do it, the more fun it becomes. And there you have it, the beautiful art of making parallel turns on skis. I realized that that was a lot of information squeezed into a short video, so don't worry if it didn't all sink in. If you would like to learn these skills, then I can guide you step by step through the process using concise video tutorials. The beginner to intermediate course covers everything you need to know to master strong, confident parallel skiing in less than 2 hours of videos. We'll cover pre-ski fitness, equipment, packing, common mistakes, technique tutorials, ski resort safety, and the best solutions to any fears or anxieties that you may have. I'll summarize the key stuff you'll need to remember in order to maximize your precious time on the snow. I hope that you are as excited as I am, and I look forward to guiding you through the process from beginner to intermediate to advanced skiing. So I'll see you in the next one.